welcome back to Strangetopia. And today we're just doing more of the same song and dance, modern age kind of thing going on. Well, working towards modern age, but we just got into medieval a little while ago, and I'm going to start upgrading slowly. We're going to try and get our population up, get our basic resources going, and have enough of a stockpile of planks and bricks that as soon as we get into modern age, we can trade them all off for electronics and fuel and whatever else the exiles have. Now, that's all subjective. Who knows if the exiles are going to attack us and go total warfare on us right off the bat, but we're going to have to just wait and see. I'm starting very slowly. Just really began to upgrade this tiny little area here. And I'm going to try and do this in small chunks. That way I'm not overwhelming my population here. And it gives us enough time to keep growing a little bit of everything. Resources, nuggets, all that. So we'll start today's session with a little mate fest of all our Highlanders here. Go back to Adahy at the ripe old age of 1,418 years. There should be quite a few immortals in this particular area, so I'm just going to sort of randomly click on a few nuggets right off the bat. Let's see, what's our vote at? Go right to arms on that one. Not that we need it, but got sitting on powder. Yeah, sure. That'll finish that quest. Zuri walking around here. What I'd like to do is get hopefully up to about 1,000 nuggets before we go into modern age. That's going to give us a lot of laborers and everything. Vote screen needs to be lowered. Yep. Alright. Hi. How you doing? Welcome in to Strangetopia. The medieval ages. How's your day going? Busy, 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 as always. Hope some of the people there are nice and chill at least. Getting a line of good traits here. That's good to see. Busy, busy, great crew, super indecisive on times. The first day, what do you want? But I'm glad at least it's chill, you know? There's those days where everybody's indecisive and everything's on fire, and that's a bad day. Change times for today at midnight last night. Of course. I mean, why would you want to alert everybody of a time change when everybody's awake? That just makes too much damn sense. Yeah, we got a firestorm. Cool. Good to know. Firestorm coming up in the winter. We can alleviate that guy by doing a season change. I'm not going to blow all my points on Cupidon right now, just a couple more. Yeah, really happy to see a lot of good traits in this area, though. That is pretty nice. And our stockpile is starting to explode, as I expected it to do as soon as we got into medieval. For whatever reason. I'm fine with that. We're just going to keep upgrading storage. I'm going to keep an eye on my kinetic as well. Should be good. I think we need one more battery. Is that the one? Let's see. Go into our batteries. One last one being built here. That's good. Okay. Then I'll stop with the battery craziness after that. I think 10K is plenty enough to get us through right now. Residences are starting to take up power. 114 power being consumed. We got 350 up. 236 up, so it shouldn't be too bad. But I will keep an eye, make sure that my kinetic generators are being populated accordingly. 4 sick nuggets, eh? That will not do. Got 2 in the hospital, so those are easy finds. And let's go find the other ones. Maybe I could do it like this. These guys are just out of water. Oh, no, they're sick. They're hurt. And tired, maybe? No. Okay, let's go find them good old-fashioned way. They are somewhere on this planet. We'll get them. There's one. Two. Brings us back down to 1 injured or sick over here. Right over there. There we go. Back down to 0. Few points to spare for the winter change here. That way we can get rid of this firestorm. Because I don't want a firestorm. Not until we have our fire stations all fully staffed. Once you get fire coverage, I think we'll be totally fine. Okay. And that's all upgraded over here, it looks like. And we got 699 up. Not too bad. Keep an eye on that for when we get to the end of the year. But I think we should be fine for a little bit. I don't need to do an alarm. Plus, we're skipping winter anyways. Solely based on the firestorm. So that shouldn't be too bad. If we get all our water, all our storage upgraded, then go into engineering. I think I have all my grades up to this point, except for this water. I'm going to hold on that for a bit. I think we can control it until we get into the shit. This is sort of a little safety of a plus 15 there. Okay, and I guess let's go with medieval farms and give 10 years to the Nuggets lifespan. And that's pretty much it. Like, all we got to do is upgrade a few things here, and then we got to get into industrial and then start upgrading more. That shouldn't take us too long at all. especially if I've organized this to be efficient. But like I've said before, I'm not going to go into medieval or modern age until every single thing here is upgraded into medieval. It just makes sense to me where it gives me enough time to stockpile a bunch of resources, and it gives them enough time to kind of get all their roots in, like everything is established. So I'm gonna try and up the planks a bit as well. Let's get the planks going. Bricks we're doing fine on. Planks we're doing okay on, but I do want to get a surplus going because that's going to be my best method of trading for materials in the future. And if all goes well, before we have plastic and steel and electronics factories all up and running, we should have a small surplus just based on trade alone. I just got to be careful about over-assigning people. I know with Town Hall, it'll limit the amount of people that are assigned to anything, but as we all know, Town Hall, not good. I don't think I need this engineer's hut here anymore based on the fact that we do have the 3. I'm going to leave it for now because it's not really hurting anything, but I think we're pretty much done with the redundant engineers. Should have enough to cover everything now. Out of curiosity, this was turned off when I upgraded. I just want to see if it clicks back on. Does indeed. Okay, good to know. Do one on each side. Almost in winter here. Get them winterized and then have them carry on. I don't want to give them a lot of tasks while they're working on all their housing. Looks like they're chucking away at it pretty good though. They've pretty much upgraded like a lot of it as far as I can see. There are still Stone Age out in the boonies over here. The time being, yeah, it's not a super exciting age right now. We've gotten all the infrastructure already set up. So there's not a whole lot to do besides upgrades, and I just want to make sure that I'm not upgrading so much that that we're overwhelmed at any point in time. I think I should start making this reasonable as well, where we don't need certain kinds of storage everywhere. Thank you for the creator points. And that was wrong of me because I don't have cement established yet, do I? I do actually, yeah. I'm gonna just look at my numbers. But I do have a bit of cement, so I can start upgrading things that do need cement right now. How far are we getting on that residential spread? Doing good. Doing good. Alright, knocking more boots. Hell yeah. Up to 85 laborers. 781 population. Not too shabby. Let's skip this so we can get rid of that firestorm. Super glad they put that in there. And all our eateries now need to be upgraded as well. Each eatery takes cement, glass. That's why I wanted a big surplus of glass, but is what it is. And we'll upgrade our first farm as well. I'm not going to do both yet. We're doing pretty good on food already. I could actually probably even trade some off, just based on the fact that I don't really want to really inundate all my warehouses with so much food that they can't store anything else. So I guess we need some fire stations over here. Oh. Well, they are doing something. Good for them. Yeah, I'll let you guys take care of that then. Just right on the cusp. Yeah, right on the cusp. Okay, 10 plus years is going to help quite a bit for the penicillin there. So that will help our population at least maintain a bit better as well. Like a lot. Before I do Cupidon, let's check my lakes. I notice that one lake was kind of getting a little low-ish. And how about this one? That one's doing just fine. This one. Go. Okay. Medical enlightenment. That's going to help us quite a bit. What else we got unlocked here? The bridges, actually. So, I think our first bridge is going to be a good idea. And eke it over to here. Here. Hopefully that connects those roads. We'll see. Yep, it does. This is such a monstrous lake that, like, any kind of bridge, I don't know if it's useful or not. Like, I could put one right across, but who needs to get over there, really? The little bridges I'm looking for. It's the little things. Wish I could build on here, but this is just a no man's zone. Can't build on islands. Unfortunately. Okay, first farm's going up. That eatery's upgraded. Move on to the hospital. Let's upgrade the hospital and the herb farm. And one more eatery. Checking the cement factory. I think I have all my employees in there. Yes, I do. Good. Now, if I do this all nice and low and slow, then hopefully I have so many resources. Like right now at 963, I have too many bricks. So what we can do is go trade with the exiles, see if there's anything that we could use more of. Even if I don't need it, really, I just want to get rid of a stockpile. So I'll do like 222 for all your oil, all your gas, all your food, and like planks, and then 155, about 33. Bump that up. Okay, trade with you guys. I kind of just want to keep the numbers down so I have enough space. I'm already halfway out of space. Granted, I need to upgrade a lot of things, but start at the start. Let's see if I can, especially if they have anything useful, which the oil is useful. Let's see what 111 for that works out. How about 77? How about 33. Okay. The oil's pretty cheap right now, so that's not a bad way to go. And for iron, I want to do all their iron, so let's do 111 again and bring that down. And trade that there. Not that trading's going to help us get into a better relationship. These guys are going to hate us forever. But it kind of helps me keep my inventory management just a little more balanced. So there we go. That knocked off a little bit of the bricks, at least, just a few hundred, but it gave us more iron and oil. So the resources that I'm going to need infinitely are basically the ones I'm looking for. Okay, cemetery upgrade. Yes, please. I'll give them a minute to do all that stuff over here. I can now assign another worker. I don't know. I'm kind of torn between how hard I go on the farms right now. I have like almost 6,000 food. That's an overkill because that's just taking up a ton of space. But I can always trade all that food for a whole bunch of resources as well. Just making sure that my population never starves. They always have food accessible, even if it's not in an eatery. All the storage spots have at least a little bit of food that we can deal with. Okay, entertainment's up. Let's get the cattle farm going. And then go back into the ministries, just because there is a quest that comes up that if you do it right, basically it'll unlock a trait or a research element that you haven't researched for free. So by the time it comes up, I really want it to come up where it unlocks something useful for us. It probably won't. It'll probably just unlock Science of Order as it always does. But every once in a while, I'll get like a different power source. So it'll give me wind or combustion, and that's a good day because then we can have some options of how we actually use our power. And I don't particularly get that about this game. I know it's part of the challenge of saying that, okay, well, you can only have one power source, so it's kinetic for your entire existence. But like, you figure if you can figure out kinetic energy, you could figure out a windmill. You know, and eventually you should just be able to unlock all power sources. I don't think it would really make the challenge that much less, but I could be wrong. Anyways, I'm going to assign a couple more generator runners here. We're doing really good on our batteries, but I do want to keep it above 200 at any given point in time, so I'll keep an eye on that. And our cemetery is still being upgraded. Let's prioritize that with some glass. Now that I'm actually utilizing glass, I am actually, may not look right, but I think I'm going to put another glass factory down. And that way, we're making a lot for the future, because modern age, everything takes glass. So I'd like to have a few thousand in the stockpile there. All about the glass and the steel. Pretty much all the modern materials we're going to need a lot of. Yeah, all the residentials are starting to look really good. Not a lot of kids being made, so keep knocking some boots over here. We will find good traits again. It's like either I find a lot of them or I find none of them. Not really sure how that works, but here we go. There's one. Yeah, not as many Highlanders in this area as there was before. I guess like a lucky patch or something. We're doing okay, but things are changing. The world is a changing. Okay, so those are all built up. Let's get this next farm upgraded. A lot of weak ones kicking around. Where are these guys all coming from? That one gym ban really screwed us up. Okay. Good chunk of them at least. Alright, cemetery's ready to rock. Prioritize that guy. And let's move on to more water and restaurant. And cemetery. Always keeping an eye on what I'm using. And I think the cattle farm's good if you're really struggling with food because it's so overpowered. But I think at this point in time, we're probably just not going to use it. Okay, bridge is complete. Yay. Engineers should have it all covered. And our first section is just about all upgraded. I have 832 up, plenty of water go around. Yeah, and we're on a very slow upward incline of drinking water. Cement factory's not doing too bad. As long as I don't go crazy on this stuff, we should be fine. It shouldn't, but I might have to put another cement factory in as well pretty soon. That should be no problem. Yeah, another warehouse done, good. Once we get to the universities, then our education is going to skyrocket as well. We have a majority educated right now, which is good, but I'd like to see more. Everything's on the up and up. Totally focus on water right now. I think that's going to be the most important thing of getting all those upgraded. And then everything else around it. Okay, what's our next vote? Yeah, I'll stick with vaccination. Slowly but surely, we'll get all these done. These require so many resources, like all the medieval compared to Stone Age resources, like almost double of everything. But what I'm really looking forward to is just seeing how this develops into a modern world due to the spread of all the houses and stuff. And I don't think we're going to see another house get built in a really long time. I'll leave that right there forever. Maybe they'll build houses eventually, but I think there's like nobody living out here in any of these houses. It's based on the sheer volume of what the houses can hold now. It looks like everybody like sort of moved back home. So that might be a little bit of a different trick as well of like how that is actually supposed to work. Game is fighting us again at 800. Always seems to. It just doesn't want to get past 800. It's going to struggle for a bit, and then we're going to just fight with it for a bit, and then move on. Okay, this winter I'm not going to skip. We're plenty fine on water. Just going to let them work right through it. Let these lakes replenish a bit. You're not sure you never noticed? I don't really build bridges that often. Most times I don't really need them, but this makes really good sense for this particular location. I haven't built a bridge in a really long time. But yeah, they seem to be using it. 39 people so far, so. Yeah, most of the time I can skirt around it because most of the lakes I use are pretty small, but this particular one, it just makes a lot of sense to give them access to the other side without them having to go all the way around. That cemetery's up. Let's slowly but surely keep branching out. Yeah, I like it too. I like the old school ones. They have the modern one, which is like a cable stayed bridge as well, which is nice. But the old school bridges look nice. Reminds me of like something out of Sleepy Hollow. The little pumpkin head down there. Wood. Thanks for the wood. High temperature alert. I think you're wrong. Okay, how's our backlog? Not bad. Not bad. Not bad. Another warehouse somewhere around here. All right. Yeah, just gonna focus on the warehouses, the water. Slowly but surely, we'll work our way through this, and once we get everything upgraded, we're pretty much golden for getting into the next stage. I might kind of like once we're upgraded, I might just let it run for a little bit. That's not going to be today. Only stream for about another hour or so. But when we do get to it, once everything's fully upgraded in medieval, then I'm just going to kind of leave them alone and let them do their medievally things for a little while before we go into modern, and hopefully we can crack 1,000 nuggets. Hopefully. Super hard to do without clones, but not impossible. Alright, next glass factory is up. Since I'm doing pretty good on glass, I'm just going to assign a couple of them right now. I don't need them taking all my gas out of the world already. I'd actually like to stockpile a lot more gas and oil. Yeah, you can see it nice and clear on the laptop. Yeah, the laptop's got a really, I'm sure it's got a great resolution on it. Those gaming laptops, man, they don't mess around. This is what I'm gaming on a laptop right now, but it's just on casting to a monitor. And I think it looks pretty good, yeah. Pretty game, but yeah, it's prettier in better resolution and better frame rate. These mammoths stuck in this dome. That'd be hilarious. Come on, be stuck in there. You stuck? It looks like they are. Oh no, the wolf is going out, so nope, not stuck. Not stuck, they just like the area, I guess. Go back home. See how we're doing on our upgrades over here. So that cemetery's upgraded. Another eatery upgrade. And more water upgrades. It's a nice looking game. It's so much nicer when it's winter, but the farther we go, as you can tell, like even with winter, at least we can see the buildings now, which is a lot nicer than what it was in the Stone Age, where like everything just disappeared under a blanket of white. But yeah, there's some progress for you. Cement's doing all right. We're on the up and up with cement. Doing okay on glass. That also comes down to my gas mines. I don't have many people in these, which is intentional. I just don't want them running out. What I'm going to try and do as well is have pretty much all my gas mines just trickling a little bit of gas out of each one, instead of me coming back every time I go off planet and go back and everything's drained and I got to redo it. And I just want to leave them and have them all sort of just slowly trickle in their resources throughout as much time as possible. Within reason too, right? Like if I'm using gas, I obviously want to have over the amount that I'm consuming. So right now I'm just shy of double, and I'm fine with that. Back into spring, no worries with the waters there at all. Should be able to hit our 4,800. We should probably be around, I don't know, 5,200 by the time it's all said and done. Because all our upgrades are going, and they seem to be pretty efficient about it right now. Got nothing to wait on right now, and that's perfect. This guy, how about we upgrade this engineer's hut? Just so I'm not doing any more redundant engineers. Pick up the herbs. Ah. What'd you die of? I wish it told me. It just doesn't, though. It tells me what nuggets in the game die of, but not chat nuggets. Don't worry. As you know, it doesn't take long to get reborn on this planet. There you go. And you're back. Let's give you that last name again. That'd be funny if they could set up like a dating service for nuggets, where it's like, well, we'll match you with another Highlander, another, of your same trait, and then they can go and like make some similar trait babies. That'd be a good little community building that they could put in here. I'm telling you, if they give this game to Steam Workshop, it would just explode. In a good way. One of those good explosions. Not like the bad explosions. You know what I mean, right? The nice part about warehouse upgrades is most of the time they have the materials on hand to upgrade. This one doesn't particularly, but I mean, they just need to bring planks over here and then it's a really quick upgrade. What trait did your new nugget get? Let's see. Nothing. You are neutral. Okay, that's all looking pretty upgraded down this way. Hit another farm here. And another water. Fence tower. And another water. Chew on that for a bit. Got 172 up there, so that's not too bad. Keep looking for... That's pretty much the name of this game, is just population and upgrades. I really don't need to place anything else until the modern age materials. I'm glad I took the time and just did nice and slow going Stone Age, because it just makes this age that much easier, which I think in turn will make the modern age super easy as well. We're not getting infected zones left, right, and center. Nobody's running out of water or food. That's the plan anyways. Everything's subject to change. They could just glitch out again and be like, you know what, we're just not going to eat, or we're just going to all die, or... There's a million different things that could go wrong still. I'm trying to set myself up for success here, but not guaranteed ever. A lot of weak nuggets. Concerning amount of weak nuggets. Few lazy ones I'm running across, but a lot of weak ones. Alright. That's a good chunk of points there. We should have a bunch of babies in the queue now. We got 24 of them. 76. So let them chew on that for a bit. Should be working on these upgrades pretty fast over here. That reservoir is almost done. One over here I think we picked away at. That's done already. Okay, and we're getting back to a ridiculous amount of bricks. We've been at a ridiculous amount of food for quite a while. But having a really good stockpile of food is okay too, because when we get to space, like way, way in the future when we get to the space, because I'm not going to have a lot of nuggets on planets. It's all going to be nuggetoids. But when after the nuggetoids are done what they need to do on each planet, then I'm going to probably start trying to populate each planet with a few thousand nuggets each. That way I can send them all back to Mother Planet. And one of my sort of side goals for this whole thing is to get 10,000 nuggets on this planet. I want to see if, first of all, my computer can handle it. And second of all, if the game will ever even allow it, what 10,000 nuggets on a planet would look like. Most I've seen is like 4,000. I think that's the highest I've ever gotten to, and then it just got just super monotonous to do, so I just didn't want to keep going. I had the chemicals to keep cloning, but I just didn't have the patience. And that was an early access too, where I'm like, well, just another game that's going to go away. So that's a really nice thing about 1.0 is, you know, if I wanted to stay on this save perpetually, I could. All their updates and everything going forward shouldn't ruin our worlds. Shouldn't, I say. If it does, that's okay too. We can always learn from our mistakes and make a better planet the next time. Yeah, that's nice and built out over here. That's just going to bug me, so I'm just going to upgrade it. Anyways, I know I don't need this many engineer huts right here, but who knows? Like, this will probably all be housing eventually, which reminds me, let's throw a couple parks in here, just so we can kind of cut down on some future pollution. Got minus 8.5, not bad. Yeah, the planet's going to take a little bit of a hit for this age until we get into creating oxygen and being able to plant more trees. And making water out of gas. That's going to be super useful for us, but we're a long way from that. Just got to make sure my lakes aren't completely draining on me. And the rain seems to be doing a pretty good job of keeping most of these fairly steady. A lot of single nuggets out there. But also, they all got kind of shitty traits, so I don't really want the mating. I really just want the good traits. Knocking boots. And Chad, of course. Of course. Can't forget about you. Okay. Another few in there. Past 800 again, which is great. And then below 800 again. Unforgettable. I'm not going to assign free farmers into these farms because I just don't need to. Until the crops start withering and stuff like that, and I feel like I'm wasting food, but at this point in time, I think we're pretty much golden for food. Everything over here is upgraded. Yep. These ones are pretty much on their way to being constructed. Let's move down the line a little bit. Do more upgrades slowly but surely. call me Shirley. And then we leave it alone again. And what are we at? 5,045 for winter. 1654 down, so we need 3,200 at least. And we got 47, so we're doing pretty good. How much does this take? 5 and 5, eh? Okay, that's good to know. Okay. I always have to fight that urge to just keep going and upgrading and placing and all that stuff. But right now, I'm going to kind of put away. As something gets done, then I'll move on to the next one. I'm not just going to keep overwhelming them with stuff. Because we do have a good chunk of laborers, but still need... We got 30 kids in the hole there too, which is pretty good. Oh, children. Make me immortal children. I really hope my theory is right as well with the self-perpetuating society. If we just get so many Highlanders that there's no other option for them to mate with anything else other than a Highlander, it just means that we'll keep producing Highlanders no matter what. But that's only a theory right now. Try it out. You getting all your laptops up and running? Our wolves should still not be a problem. Yeah, they're all slaughtered real fast now. But wouldn't hurt to upgrade these towers. Everybody's banging away. Let's stay above 800, please. Really like to stay above 800 nuggets. Guess we can start moving this direction for upgrades on that side. That wing of the land, I suppose. Those farms are now just done. Another eatery. And I'm so close to that 1,000 mark for food. There's this book I read called Ishmael. And in it, it was like the whole concept was, it was a really weird introduction to the book where basically this guy goes in for like a job interview or whatever, and he goes in this room in this apartment or in this this building downtown, and like this empty office, but in one of the rooms there's a gorilla behind some glass, and the gorilla starts talking to him with telepathy and starts explaining a whole bunch of things. And one of the things that there was a few things that stuck in the book, but one that this just reminded me of is just how population works. And you know, as long as you have enough food for the population will continue to grow, right? And I kind of try and use that in the same sense here, where if I have 1,000 prep meals, I should be able to reach 1,000 nuggets. If I have 2,000 prep meals, I should be able to reach 2,000 loosely. Very, very loose kind of reasoning behind that, but I just try and strive for getting a lot of prepped food. That way, we're always saving our raw food to become prepped food instead of them just eating everything raw off the farm. It's a good book, though. I got to reread that. The author's name, Daniel Quinn, I think was the author of that. In honor of me just remembering his name, we're going to take a male. Let's see. What do we have a lot of? Let's do a male Jones here. Start the Quinn lineage on this guy here. Yeah, I think it's a pretty good logic. That book was pretty awesome. 93 laborers. Thank you. Everything's looking pretty nice and shiny. Add some more parks where we can fit them. That way I don't get houses here in the future, which I'm pretty happy with. I'm not trying to get this like super mega populated area here. I'd almost rather just have parks. That's going to keep our pollution down, especially when we get into the modern age. It just gets really dirty. So if we have the park infrastructure already in place, which I think is kind of weak sauce, is the only way we can combat pollution at all is like a few parks. I mean, it works, but I think there's probably better ways to do it. Contraception, I missed it. We're going to get it? Just barely. Hell yeah, got it. Engineers is ready to go. Start working our way over here with the water situations. Water and food. There we go, and cement's doing just fine. Okay, buildings need repair. Whereabouts is that? Gonna be our first long distance engineer hut upgrade outside of the circle. What else? Where is the engineer here? We'll upgrade you, and we will upgrade you. Something else needed repair. Kinetic generator. And where is the guy? So we'll upgrade that one and that one. Next eatery is up and running. Stuff. Yeah, so that looks like that whole section is pretty much upgraded over here. Cemetery going. Their eatery over here. And then we stop and chill again. Then I might start swinging over this way as well. You have the eatery there. Where's my closest storage? I think a storage here would work just fine. Sometimes it's ridiculous to me that I could play this game like infinitely. I don't know what it is about it. It just scratches the itch that I have for a city building game. For now at least. And it just kind of makes me like pretty hopeful in the future of what this is going to become. Let's be nice. Let's give him a movie theater. A little bit of entertainment here. Put our first store down. Stores usually, you can usually shoehorn these things in really small spots. And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to build this stuff up so that in the future they don't build these big clumps of houses, because these buildings here are going to hold, 10, 15 families in the modern age. So I don't want them all collecting in any area, really. That's going to kind of be the plan, is to have it sort of filled up with mostly parks. And then in modern age, all the solar panels. If we can get a ton of solar panels on this planet, then we'll never have to worry about kinetic generation. And then I can release all my nuggets from there. And we should be golden. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're welcome to try it, like, give you all the points and tips and everything, or you can just learn it as you go, because, yeah, if you start slow and slow, all it takes is 2 little nuggies and a house and some food and some water, and that's the start of your civilization. And you've seen it a bunch of times now. I keep droning on and on about the same things, we need these supplies, we need these resources, slow down, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Yeah, this is probably one of the most relaxing games you can play. There's a couple of them that are just sort of zen like this, but and when everything's nice and organized, and you know, I mean that's sort of my blessing, is that like there's like 4 people that ever watch this. You see a lot of streamers, they come in and there's like 40 people in their world or whatever, 40 chat nuggets, and they're always just destroying and throwing tornadoes and all kinds of crap. It makes the game really hard to play, especially if you're just trying to get established with stuff. And there's a lot of other streamers that are nicer than me too, because they let their chat like blow up stuff, and I'm not really about that, honestly. I kind of just yeet everybody out of existence that tries to blow up anything. Sometimes they get away with it once or twice, but 9 times out of 10 they're blowing up something that I don't really care about, like another civilization. Okay, so we're at 1349 bricks. I want to knock that down again. I probably want to take away about 1,000 food as well. But let's see if we can trade anything useful over here. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to take like 1,000 food, and I'm just going to take everything off these guys, see how much that's going to cost me. I know I don't need all these resources. Let's see, 888 food gone like that. That just frees up space. And I know I traded food for food, but it does, it definitely helps my storage situation until I can get all my warehouses upgraded. Yeah, like that one time when, yeah, they kept starting fights with everybody. Yeah, and every once in a while, I mean, I guess that's your right as a nugget. You can be as nice or as shitty as you want to be. Excuse me. But, yeah. everybody gets to play this game the way they want to, which I think is pretty cool. Ooh, haven't seen an infected zone in a while. Go, and why is there an infected zone? Well, there's just no cemetery right in this spot. Of course. Locust swarm. Okay. And back we go. Sure, they'll cut all these down, but I kind of like looking at a little bit of a forested area over the barrenness. The plan is once we get into modern age, I can just keep accumulating enough points where it's just impossible for them to keep up with cutting down stuff. Overwhelm them with nature. Okay, where's my engineers for this area? Nice little movie theater. Watch the latest summer and holiday blockbuster movies and then argue about them in online forums. Yep, online forums in the medieval age. That makes perfect sense to me. Okay, so that is because we haven't just assigned that person, I think. Might need another engineer over here, but I'll give him a chance to work on that. Okay, how are we looking? Everything seems to be in order, so let's keep going with 2 more small upgrades at a time. Cement's doing really good. Glass is doing good now. I'm happy with the uptick on that. Yeah, iron's doing fine. Doing too good on bricks, really. Go get rid of some of our bricks. Not with these guys. Where's my other exiles? Exiles, come out and play. How are you? Blending in too well. That was the one I just found already. Probably put some barracks up. We can trade through the barracks as well, and that makes it so I don't have to find these guys. Let's do 333 for all your stuff. Nope, 222. Nope. One down. One. Go. 222. Okay, that gives us, it gets rid of a few bricks for us at least. Allows us to get a bit more on the stockpile side of things. And it gave them a second to update some more stuff. And our numbers are good, 827. I like seeing that. 114 unemployed, that's great. Gonna give us a chance to get the points for it. We don't need to skip winter because I should be doing okay. Find some more immortals. Another thing I like about not giving them cars is that you can find all the nuggets pretty easy. Once they're in cars, they're zipping around too damn fast. That's the fastest lazy nugget I've ever seen. Okay, be a good chunk. Okay, where are we? Keep upgrading. Keep knocking boots. This area's pretty close to complete upgrade now. Zap this UFO out of the sky. Here. Gas is doing really good too. Actually, that's good to know. Even with just a few of them in there, they're still collecting quite a bit. Not to say I won't need so many more gas mines in the future, but at least we got a little bit of a stockpile going on. Fill in the god powers for a second, that way I can accumulate a bit more. Just in case we need it. Power is good. Okay, start moving slowly over to this side. And probably looking at going across this bridge as well. Sweet. Funny, the residential thing in the Stone Age was pretty annoying. Of like, oh man, I gotta keep fixing these things, but now it's like, ah, sweet, I know which ones to upgrade. Okay. Yeah, let's drop these numbers down a little bit again. It's upgraded, good. Winters do seem to take forever though, don't they? $23 minutes worth of water, not too bad. Might start skipping winters just for the heck of it so we can get our maxed out there. These parks do take quite a bit of water as well. This is the engineers I'm just upgrading now, so we should start seeing, once this is upgraded, we should start seeing this area be self-sufficient again. Oh, slow. Come on, Winter. We're done with you. Just like real life, we are done with you. Not that it was a bad winter or anything up here in Canada, but still, it's nicer when it's warm. Some of you southern folks in your warm climates, jealous. We're actually fleshing this out a little faster than I was anticipating, so I don't mind that. Still cold there? Not really. I mean, for you it would be cold. For us, it's friggin' summer, basically. Cool weather, yeah. Yeah, we're not right there yet. Still got about a month and a half before people are like, okay, it's worth going into the water. But that does sound nice. We're in t-shirt weather right now. Right. Spring's coming up. This planet looks a lot nicer when it's green. It was 86. 86 freedom units, eh? Wow. I don't know if that's worth building a bridge there. I don't think anybody walks over this way. Doesn't look like it anyways. That's animal territory. We'll let that go. Weather said it's 50 something? Okay. Yeah, it's getting nice everywhere. And then we'll get into like July, August where it's just brutal in some places. Like being in Texas in July last year, that was so brutal. 120 or some ridiculousness. Okay, all this stuff up to par. That guy upgraded. Water over here. Farm. Pretty much good over here. Another engineers, another water. Then stand back again. These little buggers are pretty efficient on this one though. Pretty happy with that. I'm almost tempted to get food for all just so we can get rid of our like over surplus. Yeah, you know what? Let's do it. I say unsurely and with possible regret. I think we'll be fine. If it knocks it down a bit, I'm fine with that. We've only upgraded like 4 or 6 farms, and I have 32 of them in total we got to upgrade. And something like 130 more reservoirs to upgrade. Do this to myself. Because deep down, I love it. We all know that. I do need to look at some more warehouse spaces as well, because we are creeping up on that 15k pretty fast. Okay. Yeah, I really don't expect to see a house here until we get back from the moon, basically. I mean, if we do, great, but our numbers are going up, which is really nice. 146 unemployed, and 859 nuggets. So hopefully that keeps these immortals are really doing what I need them to do. I think this time go for some more water right now. Food for all. Night Raven wins it. Good. I got a feeling this lake, for whatever reason, it just doesn't get a lot of water. I'm probably going to end up putting either a hydro collider or a bunch of cloud generators around this area here. The only thing I'm not looking forward to is, like, if I have a bunch of cloud generators, I won't be able to see a damn thing. I'll have to, like, play the game like this the whole time, underneath the clouds. Okay, coming together. Keep branching out from home base. Yeah, the trees are going to be a slight issue. I can't drop down below that atmosphere. I really, I do want to get that part balanced, but that's sort of a modern age issue. Was that the cemetery we built or the one we upgraded? One we upgraded. Okay. See. See our numbers for everything. I'm missing a bunch of stuff. Well, we have the people, so let's get more people in the kinetic generators, the defense tower, fire station, defense tower, and get 3 in the iron mine. Is this our big ass iron mine? No, this wasn't. Two people over here. Lumber camp. That one's already signed. Gonna take all my points, but whatever. Go. That should be it for what I need. Yeah, it looks good for now. Check my eateries real quick. Hop across over to here. Eatery's now getting upgraded. Let's do the engineers. Start getting some of the water up and running as well. Fence towers. Storage. Damn you, Lake. Alright, fine. Put you over here. Yeah, they can't get any matter, so that's a plus. Okay. I do want to save some space for not a lot more that we actually have to put in there, but I do want to save it for more parks and solar panels. I could always just use parks as like placeholders, just so they don't build anything on here. Not that it really matters, like I can always destroy it if they do build it. Not taking too bad of a hit on food, all things considered. How long are we in food for all for? Another half an hour. Or perpetually, because it's not counting down. 3:58. 30:58. Okay. Maybe it's just food for all forever. Work on that. Chew that a little bit. Point generation's doing fine, right? Yep. Thank you for the creator points. We got our 10K. I'm happy with that for now. Once we get to space age, everything's going to get really ridiculous with my storage numbers. But that being intentional too, where I think one of my run throughs when I was getting a lot of planets, I had something like 225,000 units of storage. And that's really, I mean, it's excessive, but also if I can store, tens of thousands of supplies on Mother Planet, then whatever other planet in the system needs it, I can just ship them out. Everything's already created. And we're back over at 1,000 prepped meals, so that's good. 900 nuggets, good, and 1,500 years. That is, if there's ever a spot to save, this would be it. Let's keep looking for warehouses to upgrade. It's got that one. Already done. I find the strategy of updating all the warehouses, especially early on, it just, we start accumulating so many different materials after that, that everywhere we go speeds up because every warehouse is full of just a little bit of everything. I try and disable the herbs because we only need them in the hospital areas, and chemicals because I don't need them until I'm going to probably assign one spot for chemicals alone, and that's going to be near a clone center. And possibly near the hydrocolliders and stuff as well. I don't know, I still haven't worked out a really nice strategy for resource allocation of, like, let's say I've got, a hydrocollider that's going to go up here. It needs steel and chemicals. Maybe I just build a single basic warehouse with 300 or so, and then keep that rocking over here. And that way the hydrocollider doesn't need to get couriers involved or anything like that. Speaking of couriers, let's get some over here. Get another. Yes. We're lacking on couriers on this side of the planet, and we have enough people to support them. Let's get them working over here. Okay. Check my debts. 25 glass. 9, nice. 70. 0 and 0. Good. Another thing I got to be careful about that I've learned is wood and stone. I had like something like 83,000 wood on one playthrough when I had a lot of storage space, and it kind of screwed everything up because, half of my entire storage of the planet was just wood, and I don't need that much. I never need that much. That one's upgraded. Guy going. More water, and back into winter. How did we get back into winter so fast? Cemeteries and shambles. Ah, yes, the problem cemetery. So far out of the world. So we can finally upgrade this one. And that should help. I may need to build another engineer's hut over here to pick up on it as well, but for now we should be fine. Trade you yet? We got nothing. We took your whole damn stockpile. Got a meteor shower coming up eventually. And back home. Spreading out over this side. Yeah, this seems to be going pretty well. I may need to start building more kinetic generators. Let's see if I have any available. That's a hard no, so yeah, I think Start placing a couple more of these guys around. I'm right next to the other civilization. Like having a good life fitness right across from your street there. Roller Cassie, welcome in. Welcome to Strangetopia. Currently, the exile villages are not accepting new applicants. But we'll see what you can do. How's your day going? That's 36 points. Be alright with that. Keep going with the Highlanders. Pretty well. Yeah, mine's going pretty good. Pretty good. I got be streaming for another half hour or so, and yeah, I'm pretty excited about the turnout of this planet. It took a long time to get into medieval age, but it wasn't like I was trying to rush anything, and it seems to be working out pretty well, where everybody's kind of working together. Everything gets built in timely matters. And your little universe is coming along really, really nicely too. You've been lurking? Cool. Always welcome to lurk. Yeah, I'm just kind of getting through this medieval part, just making sure that everything's upgraded. We have all our supplies. You know, the same old song and dance as always. But this one feels like it's going to be pretty solid at the by the time we get into space age. Absolutely no rush for anything. Ah, missing fire coverage. I'll do it. Right. That'll make sense for the engineers over there. At least we got it upgraded. Going on the water upgrades over here. I'm thinking all the residentials should probably be upgraded by now. Let's take a look. If anything's under construction on the residential side of things. Doesn't look like it. I think we got pretty much everybody, but there's a ton of unoccupied houses right now. That just means we need more nuggets. And Cassie, do you have any last name you would like to incorporate any lineage into Strangetopia here? I have been throwing just all the names I can think of into this, so if you have something that you want to start, you're welcome to throw out a name, and I'll give you a last name there. $759 points going into spring. 608 up. Not bad. Gonna need to probably upgrade another pump sooner than later. Let's do that on the big lake. Controller fine? Yeah, no problem. There we go. And let's get your family started. That way you can have little controller kids. Okay. Getting pretty busy over here, so let's make it even more busy. Gonna keep going with the Highlanders. Start with the old ones. You're very welcome. What are you doing all the way over here, dude? Dude, you are... You got a death wish out here, Addy? Come on, man. If I was like 1500 years old, I'd probably be like, you know what, I'm just gonna go to the woods. See ya. I am done with this song and dance. So I noticed, Cassie, on your run-throughs as well, is Andromeda's needs a little work, but seems like Mother Planet's like infection-free going forward pretty much. So I'm pretty happy to see that. It's always a struggle. You too. Yeah. I'm trying to make sure that I got full coverage of cemeteries. Pretty much anywhere they can walk, you know. Obviously, this is probably going to be a spot eventually. Getting there. We're slowly going for 100%. This takes a while. That's my process right now. Right now I'm just doing water and storage, a little bit of eateries. I can get all my storage upgraded first, all my water upgraded, then I can move on. The next water pump coming up. Yeah, because 482 is not so good. Cutting down on my damn trees. Alright, well, let's go add to our dwindling national forest. Got a few trees over here. Sweet. Man, it took a while for that courier's hut. Fine, though. Hey, what are we doing? We're going under 900 here. What's going on? Trying for 1,000 here, folks. If we can get 1,000 without clones, like, that's hard to do. It really is. Then once you get the clone center, it's like, okay, let's go for 4,000. And how do you balance that? Okay, they got some supplies. We got way too many bricks right now. Let's trade. Let's see, 333. Okay, how about 222? Let's do 200 flat. Get rain. Thanks for the rain. Kinetics up. Good. Yeah, it's one battle I don't want to lose is with the power. I've been saving up for so long that, like, if this goes down to 0, I'd be pretty disappointed in myself. Do again. And more water. What are we up to for storage? 215. As long as I have 4,000, 4,500, it's gonna be tight. So yeah, we're definitely gonna need to start messing around with our water systems again. This lake always wants to take a hit. It's a small lake though. It's only 22, 23. I really don't want to do a lot on these lakes either. What? I'll do one more. This one, small lake as well. Yeah, I'll stay away from that for now. Ideally, I'd love to have just at the end of this like one space age pump on each lake, and then that's it. That way we're not really trickling down throughout the winter, and we can kind of keep everything moderated, but I have to get there first. That's a while away. Yeah, I'm going to make that sort of a hard and fast rule pretty much going forward. As long as I'm not in a rush to do anything, try and speed run the end of the game or anything, I'm just going to make sure that everything is upgraded before I go into the next stage. That way nobody's worrying about anything. You know what, let's do food for all again. Do that. So I'm still chucking away. We're barely upgraded on all our farms. Don't even have a third nugget in most of these. I think we'll be fine with going food for all, keeping their happiness up. And that'll keep my numbers down so it doesn't get way out of control yet. It will eventually. Oh, Night Raven. Well, now let's do religious focus then. If food for all is not on the table. I could pick the traits that you guys were born with, but I cannot. What trait do you have? You are neutral. Reservoirs are slowly getting built up. 1,000. My little scan of the area. It looks like we've got this section pretty much covered now. Move over to this wing. Hunter's huts. Hell yeah. That would be nice, eh? Alright, let's get you back on your Lagavulins. Oh. How's the Lagavulin tribe doing? Pretty good, I'd say. Yeah, 12 pages. You're doing pretty good. Want to get stupid. Started those guys early. Nice. I'm gonna need more last names pretty soon, so we can start diversifying a little bit more of our population. Starting to see a lot of the same name again. Now let's get a couple points. Out of here, you get back to work. There you go. Yeah. How many kids do you have now? 50 kids. Nice. Married to a Kerouac. This is pretty far out there. I'm not going to really touch this area yet. And come on. Give me some slack here. There we go. Good enough. Eventually, I got to get... I don't know if I want to even touch this area. There's a little bit of the oil over here, but not a whole lot. 2,000. I think we'll survive with what we got for now. I'm very curious to see what happens with these exiles in modern age. I think if I'm right though, if my theory holds fast, is that we've blocked them in so much that they can't build any of their barracks. They can't build anything to attack us with besides just their nuggets. And it worked last time where they were entirely dormant the entire time. They're like, we can't do anything, so we're just gonna trade perpetually with you. And that works super nice starting into modern age. And that's why I'm stockpiling planks and bricks as well, where I'm trying to get rid of them at a reasonable rate, but before I get into modern age, I want to have like 3,000 of them at least, and then I can get rid of all of those in one fell swoop right at the top of modern age, and that'll trade us up for everything else. Yeah, that's pretty indecisive, canceling spot ops. I mean, you tell him to, he's like, how about you go sit up in the chair? There you go. If you want to spot op so bad, you get up there. Or parks. Don't need them yet, but I just don't want this area to be filled up with houses. Gonna keep the small communities going on, you know, enough for neighborhood watch, and that's about it. Oh, here's a question for the day for anybody that cares to answer is, what's the best book you've read recently? I'm always looking for new books. Alright, let's see where this meteor storm's coming. Iron mine. Man, that's the good one too, isn't it? Yeah, that's got so much iron in it. Alright, I guess we'll save it. Should be out of reach. Minute 21. There you go. Protect the mine. Neuromancer? Oh, yeah, I like the cyberpunk sort of thought process there. I think it's where we're headed, you know. We're still a few hundred years out from having it fully implemented, but all the signs are pointing in that direction, aren't they? Neuromancer, though, okay. I'll keep that one in mind. Cemeteries no more. Well, that wasn't in the circle at all. Maybe it was, I just missed it. Yeah, I haven't read a lot of sci-fi stuff, but I do kind of like, you know, I think the closest thing I've read to, I guess you could call it sci-fi. It's more kind of a weird mix of fantasy, sci-fi sort of thing. It's Leech was the name of the book. I think Kieran Ennis, the name of the author. They go by they, and yeah, they wrote a really interesting story. Basically, it's based like way in the future after like the collapse of modern civilization and then the reintroduction of civilization, you know, hunting around for ancient tech and all this kind of stuff. But it's about basically one parasite fighting another in some sense, and I thought it was a really, really cool book, and it's their first book. So I was happy. I bought it on a digital copy, and I liked it so much that I wanted to support the author, so I bought the physical copy as well. Because as much as digital is nice to carry around in your pocket, your entire library, I like actually having the physical books on the shelf too. All right, next question. What would be your favorite book of all time? That's a hard one, because there could be many in different genres. Okay. All things looking good over here. Halfway through winter with 20 minutes left in the tanks. $898, so it's struggling to keep at 900 here, so let's help these guys out a bit. What's that? Hold on. Ender's Game is all-time favorite. Orson Scott Card shouldn't see a single penny because he's a trash person. Yeah. I would need you to elaborate on that story of why he's so trash, because I don't know anything about it. But Ender's Game, eh? Okay. I think my favorite book all time is Blood Meridian by Cormac McCarthy. When I was in English in grade 11, my English teacher, he read the short stories I was writing, because I always wanted to be a writer. Went to school for journalism and stuff like that, and he after he read one of my stories, because I always wrote stories with not happy endings, you know, they never ride away in the sunset on horses or nothing like that. It's always, you know, like, okay, well, here's the reality of certain situations in life that don't come to fruition. And so he looked at me, he's like, you need to read this book. And it was Blood Meridian, and I read it probably once a year, and it's just the dustiest, dirtiest book. And I just love how he wrote it. You know, it was McCarthy's opus, and he's written so many different books, but that was just hands down. Just it puts you into this 1800s world, and just does such a good job with it. And apparently they're adapting it into a movie. They've been trying to make this into a movie since the 80s, but nobody's been able to really bring it to life properly. And then somebody else is taking a crack at it now. I would be happy to watch it. I hope they don't do like a modern age censorship on it, where it's like, look, you know, just direct it as it was written. And yeah, of course it's not socially acceptable stuff, but you're kind of pointing into the 1800s, right? So it's not like they knew people were going to be woke while they're watching this. Oh, I was lucky. Come on, let's break that 900 again. 24 kids on the way, though, so at least that. Briefly, Card is a racist, homophobe, and anti-Semite. Trash person, yep. That does sound like one of those types of folks. Damn shame he's a good writer, right? Yeah, the glowing recommendations for McCarthy. But you know, be warned, it's not for the faint of heart. It really isn't. It's a tough read. Not on like an academic sort of scale, but it is a just tough in the subject matter of things, where like I've subjected myself to, you know, all kinds of body horror books and all kinds of horror in general, but even reading it through like the 10th time, there's still parts that make me like grimace, and it's just, and I love that, where it's hard to find a book that I get a reaction out of, and yeah, Blood Meridian's one of them. But for on the lighter side of McCarthy's stuff, you know, the stuff that has already been turned into movies, like All the Pretty Horses and The Road with Viggo Mortensen in it. That was really more kind of like his Pulp Fiction work. It was easily digestible compared to Blood Meridian. And based on Blood Meridian, I just picked up a book. I haven't read through it yet, but it's called Butcher's Crossing. And apparently they go sort of hand in hand. So that's going to be on my list as well. Speaking of that, how's the McCarthy tribe doing? Yeah, how about... No? I don't have any McCarthys left? Guess not. The filter? Guess they went away. They didn't make it. Really good on all things. Keep branching out back from home. All those trees are gone. Thanks, guys. Good job on making it look less pretty. Fine. Do permanent trees. How about that? And stuff. Okay, let's get these guys upgraded. 167. Like it. Can we trade you yet? What do you got? What do you got? Let's take, nope, not the wood. Bricks going on again. Is that the new cemetery? Is, alright. Good. Now room for another engineer upgrade over here. Perfect. How's this lake doing? Lake drops so damn fast. Not sure why. Turn off one pump on this one. Start leaning on the other lake a little bit harder. 525 up. Yeah, we're not doing super great for full capacity here. I'll fix that. Probably just do a couple winter skips. Get that all the way up. Back home. $28 kids. Come on, let's bump this up into 1,000 here. Thanks for the wood. If anybody doesn't know where wood is from, I highly recommend you check out Bobby Duke Arts. That is especially the early stuff is incredibly funny. The newer stuff is pretty damn funny too, but he had a golden age of how he created stuff, and it is just an awesome way to watch somebody create just the weirdest stuff. Bobby Duke Arts. Buy a wood shirt. All coming together. I'd say within, I maybe have, you know, an hour or two left of medieval, and then we can start bumping into modern age. I don't have time to do that today. I got to stop in about 15 minutes, but on the next stream, I think we'll be able to get right into modern age, start seeing how this all comes together. Our farms are doing fine. Yeah, hovering around 5,000 is totally acceptable. And for the sake of it, let's check how my warehouses look. Do I have any more I need to upgrade? I got 4 more. Let's do it. 2, 3, done. Okay, all warehouses are ready to go. Give us what, 25k worth of storage. Good start. And then once we get way at the end of this list, yeah, I should probably be researching stuff, eh? I guess I'll pull the trigger on the plus 15 here. Way down here somewhere, like right at the end of the line, it's just 1,000 additional spots in each warehouse. And then that's going to really supercharge our storage here. How's my pollution looking? Dropping pretty fast with those trees. Go back to the national forest. Tying it into the desert a bit. That should help our cause over here. Yeah, one more. I keep saying one more, and it's going to be all of them eventually. Where our wolves are at? Right here, right? No, the wolves are near the volcano. Right here. Okay, so let's upgrade some of these defense towers and assign a few people extra to the garrisons. Then we should just never ever have to worry. Okay, well, seem to be running short of non-immortal laborers. Could be a good thing and a bad, but yeah, we'll make it through. Come on, FD. Okay, and have any more? There's this guy. Getting a little too busy over here. I have to do redundant cemetery. Or maybe that was just in the process of being upgraded. That's why. Or it's not upgraded yet. Maybe that's the problem. Try that first, and then we'll cross that bridge again. Engineer coverage is getting pretty solid right across the board. I'm going to try and touch this area at all. Hopefully I can just make that my major forest area. And if they don't touch it, all the better. Okay, so this area needs upgraded engineers. Is my engineers in the first place? Here you are. Okay. Thinking ahead. Already had it upgraded. Good. Okay, so now we're getting into a little bit of a danger zone here. Coming up on winter. I would be more comfortable with 4,000 stored. So I'm probably going to skip this winter if I can make enough points. It's going to be tight. Shouldn't be paying attention to that, but there we go. After telescopic lenses, back. What else do we need? If there's anything at all that we can do before modern age. Not seeing anything except for the completely useless ministers. Okay, that's it. Now we're maxed out here. So yeah, it all comes down to just putting around, doing what we've been doing for the past little while. Thanks for making it rain. And accelerated studies is probably going to be what we're going for. We're getting even more of a majority, but yeah, let's keep on accelerated. I wasn't paying attention to the numbers, but seeing 928 nuggets, hopefully it keeps accelerating on that. Let's get to 1,000, man. Very little demand for anything, which is perfect. What's going on over here? What do we got? Oh, hunting a bear. Seem to be running out of any good traits for... Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, not a whole lot of good traits available. I guess that'll sort of be an issue when I start getting into modern. I need like, I don't know. Usually I do about like 6 steel mills. That's like 36 nuggets right off the bat. Then more electronics. I need about like 200 more nuggets free in modern age. Hopefully we can get to that. Hopefully we can crack 1,000 in medieval. Am I gonna make it? I don't think I'm gonna make it. I need 400 points. Could sacrifice some lazy ones, but 4,000 up. We will just make it. We'll skirt by winter. Thank you for filling all those reservoirs. Coming into winter, yeah, I'm not going to be able to skip it. By the time I get to 400 points, we'll probably be like halfway through winter. So, that'd be fine. We got Night Raven to the rescue here. Filling up everything. Okay, so here comes winter. Yeah, I'm 100 points shy. Doesn't bug me much. And we got 23k worth of storage. That's not too shabby. Already half full though. I think, you know, a big chunk of it is food. Never need that many herbs either. Not really planning on doing the cattle farms, so I don't need that, and our injury rate is pretty low based on education. I think that's how it works, you know. The more your society that's educated, the less accidents they have. Yeah, the points are useful. They certainly are. Spam that rain. Wolves attacking for the next 2 seconds. Where are they making it to? You gonna make it anywhere? Toast. Yeah, once you give Nuggets guns, it's sort of a game over for the Wolves. Alright, I'll put a lazy one in there. Cause it stands in a tower all day anyways. It's not critical. I don't even want to look at how many more reservoirs I gotta upgrade. Because I'm sure it's a lot still. Alright, pure masochistic curiosity. Yeah, let's go with the lot. Not too bad. We're about halfway through. That's a pretty good start for 2-hour stream. And why? Is that one of the cemeteries we just upgraded? Quite possible. Check our infected zones. None. Good. And nobody's sick, right? Got one. There he is. Okay, we'll get through winter just fine. I think I'll save up to start skipping a few winters. That way I can get my max capacity stored. Really got no worries with food right now. Eateries, I could keep upgrading those though, because I want to get up to like 1500 or so. I get 1500 food, I should be able to support 1000 nuggets. Going right back to that Daniel Quinn Ishmael thing. Alright. Let it rest. Let them steep in their own nugget juices. That's a lot of rain. And we're coming out of winter now. Good. With 17 minutes left. Not too bad. And a blizzard that I'm going to skip next winter. I love that they put that in. For blizzards and firestorms, as long as you change seasons, it goes away. A lot of reservoirs, yes. Yeah, not that many. 143 reservoirs? Yeah. It's a few. Use more eateries. Use more kinetic generators. And more schools. Everything else is fine though. Okay, well, we're at 5 o'clock my time, so I gotta go start doing other life things. But I appreciate you guys stopping by. I really appreciate all the help in the conversation and the support. You guys are awesome. And I hope I can stream soon again and hang out with you guys again. Have yourself a great night. And you guys rock. See you later.